Hey guys, and we're back. I have been sick all week and been working non-stop, so that's why a video has not been out, but I'm back. Before we start off this video, I want to thank our sponsors, Amino, for sponsoring this video, and I will show you what they're about because I'm a part of it and you should be a part of it too. Okay, so here is what the app looks like. So first you click on it and then it opens up into your feed. So the one I'm a part of is Reptiles. Of course, because that's what I own. So it's an app with millions of different communities. You know, it's not just reptiles. It has like stuff for people who are interested in makeup, you know, sports, anything you can imagine. Amino has it, but specifically in this video, we're going to be talking about reptiles because that's what I'm a part of. So specifically in reptiles, what you'll be able to do is post pictures of your reptiles, talk to other people about reptiles. You could take quizzes, polls. It's basically like a big community of reptile lovers in one, which is great. I will just be clicking on the reptile feed, and when you first open it, it's a cute little picture of a crested gecko that someone posted. And then if you just keep scrolling down, you can see all these pictures of, you know, other people's pets. I didn't post fits yet. I probably should, but they have reptile friends. I'm not following anybody yet, but reptile highlights, public terrariums. So if you click on geckos, there's a whole chat for this. So this is also a great thing. There's all specifically. So I'm gonna go find a bearded dragon one and spam fits pictures. And this is reptile research, so everything you need to know about lizards are right here, specifically dragons, how to sex your bearded dragons, dehydration. So it's also very informative. I like to do polls, I like to look at other people's reptiles, and who doesn't like quizzes? So let's take one, ready? Where's the bearded dragon ones? I want to find a bearded dragon one to do. Here we go. I'm gonna pass this with flying colors. 100. What? Oh, scores are calculated based on speed and accuracy. See that? So you guys should take the quiz and see if you can beat me. So those are just a few things out of a lot that I love about the Amino app. It's really good if you have a pet and you can go into a community or ask other people, you know, if you need advice or anything like that. So I highly recommend doing it, especially if you're a new bearded dragon owner or a new snake owner, whatever that may be. If you go on here, there are plenty of threads to find that will help you in caring for your bearded dragon or anything. Look, they have invertebrates, fish, salamanders, frogs and toads, crocodiles, turtles, everything you can imagine on here for whatever pet you have. But I assume most of you are reptile owners, that's why we're covering the reptile topic. So you guys should download Amino. It's a really great app, and I am also doing a challenge. So I'll be asking you guys to post on my Reptiles Amino profile at Taylor Crane. You know, that's my username for like everything. And I want you guys to post on my profile drawings you made of any of my pets, memes you made of any of my pets, anything like that. And I will be featuring the top 5 in my next video. So make sure you do that if you want to get featured in the next video, and I would love to see your edits. So make sure you go do that. Download Amino. To participate in the Reptiles Amino, just click on the link in the description or my pinned YouTube comment, and you can follow the prompts to download Amino, and it's free. Or you can just download Amino using the App Store, whether you have an Android or an iOS. It works for both platforms. Once you're in Amino, you could search for reptiles and join the party. I'm in there. I'm pretty sure a lot of other famous pet tubers are in there too. And you can find me there by searching my username, which is Taylor Crane. So let's get on to the video, and thank you again, Amino, for sponsoring. Okay guys, so in today's video, we are going to be going over part 2 of bearded dragon life hacks. I want to know if you guys want me to do one with crested geckos, all different kind of reptiles, so let me know in the comments which one you guys want to see next, but this one's specifically bearded dragon life hacks. So what I do to make my life easier with owning fits, even though it is fairly easy, but it just adds a little cherry on top. So my first life hack for bearded dragons is meal prepping. So it makes it a lot easier to meal prep for your bearded dragon. That way the food's ready for the week or, you know, the couple days, because I know vegetables can get nasty. So it just makes it a lot easier to wake up, open a container, put it in your bearded dragon's food bowl. Sometimes I'm too lazy to feed Fitz before I go to school, so I end up feeding her after I go to school, and that just messes up my whole food schedule. If I put food in the containers before, then I could just wake up, don't have to do anything, just put the food in her dish, and it makes it a lot easier. So I highly recommend this because I know there are quite a few of us out there who have school and have jobs, and when you wake up in the morning, the first thing, you don't really feel like, you know, cutting vegetables and everything, so you just wait till you get home. If you don't get home at like past 5, I guess some people feed their bearded dragons at night, some people feed them in the morning, but make sure you give them an extra 2 hours after they eat to digest under the heat lamp. And you can check out my meal planning for bearded dragons video. Just click the link in the description and that will teach you how. So the next life hack I have for bearded dragons, which is also controversial, and I got a lot of crap for it in my other video, but you can use baby shampoo. It is safe, okay guys? Like, I know everyone's like, oh my gosh, don't use soap on your bearded dragon. Unless you use it every day, it's not harmful to your bearded dragon at all. So this is mainly for if your bearded dragon has stains on them from using the bathroom. Sometimes water just doesn't cut it, so you need to use something else. So I use Johnson's baby soap, you know, any other brand of baby soap. Just make sure it's natural, and you can just put it on your toothbrush and wash your bearded dragon. I also have a video of that in the description, how to bathe your bearded dragon, and that teaches you guys how to safely bathe your bearded dragon with soap and get those horrible stains out, because I know it can be nasty, and picking up your bearded dragon when they have feces on their tail is kind of disgusting, and I did it one too many times with Fitz, and it's just plain nasty. The next life hack I have for bearded dragons is using bottle caps to measure food amounts. So if you guys have the grub pie or PANGEA, no, PANGEA is, I don't know if it's strictly crested geckos. I know Rapashi has like grub pie and everything for bearded dragons. So what you can do is use bottle caps to measure the amount of food. So what I usually do for Calypso's food, his is PANGEA. I do like 2 parts a PANGEA mix and 1 part water, but it just makes it a lot easier using the bottle caps because I'm able to measure it better, and it gives you a great ketchup-like consistency. And you can also use that for your bearded dragon if you own bearded dragon grub pie. Anything else that's a powder, it's easier to use a bottle cap to measure it out instead of just like, you know, tapping the food bowl 50 times to make sure it comes out. The next bearded dragon life hack I have is reusing your calcium containers. Mainly reusing every container you have for your bearded dragon can be used for something, okay? So what I use with my old calcium container is I made it an insect duster. So what I do is I left some leftover calcium in there, labeled it insect duster, and I would put the superworms in there, shake it up, dump it on top of the lid, take the lid off, and then give it to Fitz, and she would eat it right away. Just put the lid back on and put it back in your drawer or whatever. You can use this with all containers, so I recommend if you have Cricket Quencher, if you have the treats, don't throw out the containers at all, because I use the extra containers to put gloves on if I'm picking up Fitz's poop that she accidentally pooped in the tank. Say you have like multiple packets of powdered food, you can dump them all into there if they're the same flavor, and then it's just like a storage container for them all. So the possibilities are endless with their containers. You can definitely end up using them for something. The next bearded dragon life hack I have is my favorite. So you guys know that I cover Fitz every night before she goes to bed, and I do this because when I first got Fitz, I read online that specifically red and blue lights I think it's blue too. I don't know if it's blue, but it's definitely red. They can disturb a bearded dragon's sleep. Well, it won't if you have their eyes covered. So what I did, even though I had a purple lamp, I still covered Fitz's eyes because I was afraid that would really disrupt her sleep. So if you have one of them crappy night light bulbs like I do, you can always cover their face with a sock or a blanket. Listen, I don't know if this works. I don't know if it actually helps, but I do it for my own peace of mind. I put the blanket near her tank, and every time I go to grab it, and as soon as I'm about to put it on top of her, she already has her eyes closed. So that basically indicates too that it's bedtime for your bearded dragon. The next hack I have is using a bath mat as a substrate. I feel like this is a lot easier. I had one with small holes in it. I wouldn't recommend that one, but if you get like a normal bath mat, it makes it so much easier, especially with suction cups on the bottom. Your bearded dragon won't be able to dig up the substrate, you know, because sometimes if your bearded dragon glass serves, they can ruin your paper towel substrate or even your Repti carpet substrate, and everything gets everywhere. So if you use a bath mat, you could suction cup everything to the bottom, and they basically can't move, and it's also very easy to clean. All you do is pick it up, dump whatever you have in the toilet, wherever you dump it, and then wash it, and you're good to go again. The next life hack is a quick harness. So what you can do is use a rubber band and a small leash, and that's pretty much it. It's just like a quick DIY harness, emergency harness if your harness broke, or you want to take your bearded dragon out for a quick walk. It is great if you're on the go. It's great if you don't feel like going out and spending all that money on a harness. You could just use a rubber band, crisscross it, put it around their little legs, and then put the leash on, and you're good to go. Okay, so this was one when Fitz was not eating right. What you can do to safely force feed your bearded dragon is if you get a toothpick and put it where their mouth is and then roll it in their mouth, and they'll open their mouth. It makes it a lot easier. Sometimes our bearded dragons can be very stingy and not want to open their mouth for the syringe, but if you put a toothpick over their mouth and roll it into their mouth very gently, don't force it, you can gently roll it and they'll open their mouth. It makes it a lot easier to get the syringe in there. So that's a little life hack I had when I had trouble feeding Fitz because she would not open her mouth or leave it open. The next life hack I have is using sandpaper to file their nails. So this is a commonly known hack, but I figured I'd announce it anyway if any of you don't know this hack. But basically you can put sandpaper around your Fitz's You put sandpaper around your bearded dragon's food bowl and it makes it a lot easier for them to file their nails and you don't have to cut them yourself because Fitz's nails get crazy and I'm tired of cutting them, so I'm gonna use sandpaper to file them so she can file them down herself. The next bearded dragon life hack I have is using a mini playpen or a mini pool for your bearded dragon when they're out and about. So if you have other pets, like me, I have Aries and Kit Kat, and I know a lot of people would be completely against me in this, but if I want Fitz to walk around, I could put her in a playpen or I could put her in a mini pool so she is not out of my supervision. Because if you guys know Fitz, she loves to explore, but if she's in a little pool, she gets that feeling of exploring, but she doesn't get out of my sight and end up hiding somewhere where I don't know where she's at. I like to look at her, especially since I have Aries and Kit Kat walking around the house. They don't really bother Fitz and I don't let them too close to her. They know once I have her out that it's time to back away and calm down because she is fragile and they obviously have a bigger advantage and can potentially harm her. So if you want your bearded dragon to explore, let them out of the cage. I highly recommend using a pool or a playpen. That way they can't go too far and you can always watch them and know where they're at. And the last bearded dragon life hack I have is using a mini dustpan. If your substrate gets anywhere or if there's old food in the tank that you need to sweep up, it just makes it so much easier. I know they have those mini vacuums, but I feel like they don't really work as well and mine broke easily. So I just like to use a dustpan and I can sweep up all the old food or anything that's old in Fitz's tank. If there's old substrate in there or anything, any dust, I can just sweep it up and you're good to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this bearded dragon life hack video. It has been a while since I have done one, but I hope I could help you guys, and sorry I look a mess. I've been ill and working, so. But thank you guys for watching this video, and make sure you download the Amino app and post on my reptile profile, memes, edits, anything you have of my channel, me, Fitz, anybody, and I will be selecting my top 5 and be posting them in my next video. So thank you guys for watching and stay tuned for the next video.